What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. This is serious. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are Let's turn motherfucking day. So who knows how big crip in the game, so who knows how shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is a new be a better version of yourself. Never try to bring down, all fat back. Never try to tell you who you are, also never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Let's stay humble, do a revolution on the movement, keep your way first. Keep it to the black, keep it Israelite, as a real Jew. We out here. Alright, boom. Gang. Turn. Alright, gang. So, bruh, we gonna get down to the nitty gritty. So, y'all know there's a lot of missing people, human trafficking, a lot of crazy stuff that be happening in this world. People coming up missing, females, kids, dudes. It's like we live in a time where there's a lot of black people, females and men who coming up missing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some of these cases have really gone unsolved, but they know it's some BS that's behind this stuff, so they award the family the money on. So we got a case that been crazy. Like, we looked at this shit, man, and it's like, as a black girl, you know, she was real famous when it happened, like after the, you know what I'm saying, her death. Kenneka Jenkins. We looked at that shit a minute ago, and now it's popping back up. That, man, they basically paid the family to shut the fuck up and not say nothing. That's what I be trying to tell y'all niggas, man. Y'all be thinking that, okay, I might not be famous or I might not be this and that. They want to go for me. Like, bro, you gotta understand that. Yes, it's people that go for people that nobody know. They might got everything about you. Oregon horse and all types of goofy shit. Whatever. You think that you might not be known, but they know everything about you. And that's the sad part about this shit, man. You know, sometimes you just want to live a normal life, and you get thrown to the mixer where you right on spotlight. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in the cameras in the front line. They just got an eye on you. So that's what I try to tell people, man. You a boy, man, no matter who you are, be careful out on these streets, because they will, and they most definitely have taken a lot of people. Let's get through it. Shout out to Music 101. We got Kenneka Jenkins' mom exposed. She knows what happened. Man, y'all know Kenneka Jenkins was at a party, and she came up missing and died at apartments. Crazy shit.
Now at 6, a teen walking through a kitchen during what are believed to be her final hours of life. Good evening, I'm Rob Johnson.
And I'm Erica Sargent. We begin with that breaking news. Rosemont police just released video and audio. Key clues in the case of a young woman found dead in a hotel freezer. Here's CBS 2's Sandra
It's been going on for a minute.
These newly released images give us a glimpse into the last minutes of Kenneka Jenkins' life. They show the 19-year-old inside a kitchen in the Crown Plaza Hotel early Saturday morning, slowly walking out of the camera's view. This is the last time we see Kenneka on video.
I want to see her actually walking into this freezer.
There has to be an answer to how that happened. Better yet, there has to be an answer to why that happened. Why is Teresa sitting here?
Attorneys for Ms. Martin say they've asked Rosemont police for all 36 hours of surveillance video and 911 calls relevant to the case.
We got approximately 8 snippets. They show different portions of the hotel.
The images we received appear to show Kenneka walking out of an elevator, stumbling down a hallway. Another clip shows her bumping into a railing, catching herself before falling.
A young lady who clearly is in need of some attention. She's
It
trying
like
to
a drug
find her way,
overdose.
and no one from Crown Plaza Hotel responds to her.
I was calling because my daughter came to a party here last night, a gathering with her friends.
And while 911 call show Ms. Martin tried repeatedly to get help, it took more than 24 hours for someone to find Kenneka's body inside the walk-in freezer.
We will get to the bottom of it. We will only go to where the facts lead us.
And as for the rest of the video, Rosemont police say they plan on releasing all 36 hours of surveillance images tonight. Rob and Erica.
Sandra, did they say why they only released some of the video up front and are now releasing the rest, or all of it later?
They did not give us an explanation. They just said they will release the rest.
And we know their policy was to not look at the surveillance video until a missing person report had been issued.
It's so much
they could have probably done something
funny,
a little
weird
sooner.
shit that
Sure,
is
and they
happening.
had 36 hours of video to go through all week, and so detectives said we needed to make sure we
They
looked
be
at
hiding.
everything before the public could see it.
Okay, Sandra, thank you.
Shit crazy.
And I'm back with another
Shop
video.
Music
Let's
101.
get into it. On September 9th, 2017, a party at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Chicago would be the center of one of the most puzzling and heartbreaking cases in recent memory. This story is about Kenneka Jenkins, a 19-year-old whose mystery death inside a hotel freezer left the city in shock, and her family desperate for answers.
It takes strength to open these doors, you know, the deep freezer doors. So if she couldn't barely hold herself up, you know, she
It
needed
looks like she's
more
having a drug
support.
overdose.
How did she find strength to unlock both of the doors?
Kenneka Jenkins last seen by her mother, Teresa Martin, on Friday night. That same night, Jenkins borrowed her mom's car and went to a hotel party with friends. Hours later, her friends told the family she had vanished. The loved ones rushed to Crown Plaza to search for her. And when the family arrived at the hotel, they frantically started knocking on doors, asking for answers. Instead of urgent help, hotel staff accused them of disturbing the peace and called the police.
They
Hours
said
went by without progress.
a worker was
Family
was
begged
talking
the
to
hotel
her.
and law enforcement to check security footage, believing every minute was critical. It took 11 hours from the time Kenneka was reported missing until a hotel worker found her body locked inside an unused walk-in freezer around 12:30 a.m. on Sunday, September 10th. She was pronounced dead soon after. The investigation revealed Kenneka was last seen on video cameras appearing disoriented and stumbling near the hotel's front desk. Friends say she left her phone upstairs and became separate from the group. The medical examiner's report stated Kenneka died of hypothermia. Importantly, alcohol and the medication called topramate were also found in her system, which could intensify confusion, poor coordination, and dizziness. Despite widespread suspicion and internet theories, police formally ruled Kenneka's death an accident, stating there was no evidence of foul play. Still, the case has remained a flashpoint for anger at how missing persons, especially young black women, are treated by the authorities and institutions.
Yep.
Kenneka's mother, Teresa Martin, was not satisfied with the officials' explanations. She sued the Crown Plaza Hotel and the security provider in 2018, arguing that the staff negligence and delays played a role in her daughter's tragic fate. Martin's lawsuit claimed the hotel staff failed to properly secure the kitchen area, did not quickly respond to the missing person report, and missed opportunities to prevent the tragedy. The legal battle concluded until December 2023 with a settlement of nearly $10 million. Teresa Martin will receive more than $3.7 million,
enough.
with other family members
For
also
her
receiving
daughter
portions.
and how
attorney
it went
fees
down like
covered by the
that.
agreement.
And we know
This
something else,
settlement,
some
while
goofy shit
substantial,
now.
stands as for recognition of the mistakes made and the heartbreak the family endured.
You bank on your bank? Change can be a challenge.
Recognition of the
It be
mistakes made
so many more
and the
other black
heartbreak
females that going through the
family
same thing.
endured.
Y'all think I
The
give out some
Kenneka
money
Jenkins
on it?
story
We okay? Hell
took
no.
place before I became a YouTuber. But when it hit the internet, me along with the rest of the world was invested and wanted justice for Kenneka Jenkins. I remember staying up late, watching and analyzing videos, trying to figure out what happened. But time passed, it became one big rabbit hole, and I decided I didn't want to dig anymore. But 2 years after Kenneka Jenkins' mom settled her lawsuit with the hotel for $10 million, she spoke out a few days ago and got the internet in a frenzy. And also got activists that was by her side pissed. Her mom said, "To whom this may concern, I still don't know what happened to my child's life. Clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. However, I have been promised lies, as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again." Damn. As you can see, over the years, I wasn't near as vocal as I am today. So after this post, I might be in court, but I will be getting sued because I was tricked by they would get me answers, give me her clothes and her cell phone and anything that belongs to her. When she died, that was on her body. That was a lie. Once they finished the investigation, allegedly people I trusted, they told me that somehow Kay got out the back door. I never heard how, which door could get out, but they never told me how or where. Allegedly, they never told the media. That's why I know the media lie. She left the back door? So I can invite any of you to go. I was in pain going through my cancer battles. They forced us, had us in this room for hours, and would not let us go until we said what they wanted us to say. They made us accept what they wanted to give us. Damn. I'm literally living without my child, and I'm rising above, staying strong, and holding on to the rope, even without you. P.S. I was made to do a recorded video hours after we was held during one of my child's birthday. At the same time, I was sitting in a meeting about another child who wasn't even living. I had nothing to give my baby that day, but I knew a surprise was waiting once we left that meeting. Before the rain came hard, I've stayed quiet long enough. But at this point, I'm simply speaking my truth, respectfully, clearly, and without naming anyone. Now let's make Americans great and try to tell someone with honor, and they told me, just go on and live my life. Peace. Be still. She was all over the place with this note that she posted on Facebook, but she's basically saying that she took money and was told that she couldn't talk about Kenneka Jenkins in public no more. So she basically signed the NDA. But if people don't know, a lot of times when you sue people, when you settle, they make you sign the NDA saying like you can't speak on them, you can't talk bad about them, and you can't speak on what was regarding the case. Well, her child was the victim. So why can't you talk about your child? She signed the NDA. Well, she can't even speak on Kenneka Jenkins' death. That's crazy. Or she might be getting sued, like she just said. That's how you know something more. But somewhere during the line, the activist that was by her side, going strong for Kenneka Jenkins, responded. He felt like a shot was thrown at him. Why he look like Ryan? So, from the football.
Then I get up today, and I'm like, okay, what a crazy couple of days. And now this. I'm so convinced that something good is about to happen in my life. I don't even know how to contain myself. Now let's get into this. Teresa Martin, you might have seen the post. Teresa Martin post, I'm going to read it real quick. It says, to whom this may concern, I still don't know what happened to my child's life. Clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. However, I have been promised lies, as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again. As you can see, over the years, I wasn't near as vocal as I am today. So after this post, I might be back in court, but I will be getting sued because I was tricked by they will get me answers. Give me her clothes and her cell phone. And anything that belongs to her when she died, that was on her body. That was a lie. Once they finished the investigation, allegedly people I trusted, they told me that somehow Kay got out the back door. I never heard how, which door could get out, but they never told me how or where. Allegedly, they never told the media. That's why I know that the media will lie, allegedly.
They most definitely will lie.
I can invite
That's
any
a
of you
fact.
to go. I was in pain going through my cancer battles. They forced us, had us in rooms for hours, and would not let us go until we said what they wanted us to say. They made us accept what they wanted to give us. I'm literally living without my child, and I'm rising above, staying strong, and holding on to hope even without you. P.S. I was made to do a recording of a video hours after we were held during one of my child's birthdays. At the same time, I was sitting in a meeting about another child who wasn't even living. I had nothing to give my baby that day.
What's up, Mom? Smart as hell. 3
A
though.
surprise was waiting once I left that meeting. Before the rain came hard, I stayed quiet long enough. But at this point, I'm simply speaking my truth. Respectfully, clearly, and without naming anyone. Now let's make America's great. And try to tell someone with honor. And they told me just go on, live my life. Peace be still.
Depends on the life.
So that's what Teresa Martin wrote on her Facebook page. And you all probably saw it. And then, about 15 hours ago, there's 606 comments on there, 1.6 thousand shares on this particular post. I went on her post. Me, Jedediah, went on her post. Now, let me preface this before I start talking about what I want to talk about. And I'm ready for all the attacks, but I put it in my status because I meant what I said. I fought the whole internet. I'm still standing. There's not going to be a second round of this. There will not be a second round of this.
Second round of dog dog.
I ain't even coming on here to fight because what's understood need not be explained. This is what I'm going to say, though. Hold on one second. Let me make sure.
Second round, bitch. Her daughter died. What are we talking about?
So I went on
Y'all think
Teresa
to be
Martin's
fighting
post.
is for her.
It's probably still there, but just in case it's not, I'm going to show you it and then I'm going to read it. This is my response on Teresa Martin's post. I said, so are you ready to right all wrongs and get this back on track for real? I still believe God, no matter what has happened, and even though I left with a ton of hurt and disappointment, I'm still down. No one as able is as willing as me. But I will only if all wrongs are intended to be made right. I've evolved and now have a solid investigative advocacy army due to the days I fought for this case. I'm totally open for a meeting because I'm not under no order to not speak. Just been waiting on God and y'all. I still remember everything. And now I am equipped to see past the surface things. What the hell else I wrote? Because I don't even... see past the surface things. I'm equipped to see past the surface things. I have to speak frankly as I believe. God will honor your fight for your child, but you must be willing to be upfront about the damage done to other people's children while they fought for yours. You now know several truths, but are you willing to tell them all to move things ahead? I can guarantee one thing. If it's recovered, it will be concluded in the interest of justice. So after all that I've been through with this case, I still say to this mother, with all that I know, things that I ain't never said, things that I felt, things that I've endured, I say, all right, you want to get this, you're claiming you want to get this resolved. Let me do it. I did all this. Y'all done drug me through the mud, through hell and hot water. I done lost so much. I have suffered. I literally was going to
Man, you gotta get your kid to die, bitch.
This was Kenneka Jenkins. When we was trying to fight for Kiera Coles right after
your kid
which
done her
is the first time I saw this woman in person. Was at Kiera Coles. She popped up. I had a whole conversation with her. I'm Lord, free. I I literally spoke to Teresa Martin face to face. I'm sorry, you're not as bad. You're not a bad person. I know that them people was lying on you. This is all the things that they said, but I just got to go through the court cases and the processes. God, but God, but God, but God, but God. I said, okay. So anyway, so Teresa, they are attacking me when I'm trying to fight to find this young lady. Her mother is having a problem trusting me, but you know differently. Do you think you can say something? Well, I can't say anything because we got court cases proceeding, but you know who you are, man of God. You know who you are, man of valor. You know what you have done. Stand tall, king, and wear your crown on your head and get justice for this young lady, because if anybody can do it, I know you can do it, says Teresa Martin to Jedediah Brown. And I am not saying it as a rumor, as an allegation. I'm saying it. I'm looking in the face of the one that altered the course of my advocacy, and you are now putting honor on me, but you can't do it publicly. Okay, I got it. Understood. Whatever. Moving forward. You carry these things and you hold these things. She's trying to, somebody helping her get out. After literally fighting like hell, and people talking about you just want to be seen and you just want to be credited. Do you know what it felt like to walk through the house of hope after leading thousands of people, turning it from a news report to a movement, and being so dishonored that when you go up there to view the young, to be at the funeral, everybody whispering, pointing at you, looking at you snarkly, all that negativity. And then you gotta go sit in the nosebleed section, carrying all that weight, while some guy who literally, in my opinion, plotted to be a part of the coup against you got to articulate at a service, and in my opinion, didn't even deliver well. All right, so I'm gonna keep on going forward. And then so much not knowing how to handle all of the people involved, all of the stuff involved, it literally terrorizes and destroys a team that was
so what did you get paid?
Done amazing things, and people didn't have ego.
How much did you get paid?
All this other stuff going on, including me. Now that I've prefaced it fully,
he got paid 8 million. So how much did you get of it? So he got paid 3.5, I think.
The only thing I'm gonna say to you when you claim that you want to get this done right is that if you're willing to fix everything that was wrong, let's get you the answers and the justice you deserve. Let's do it. And why? Because I believe in God. Meaning to this day, years later, I'm still praying that I don't have to lift up my eyes in heaven or hell, and I didn't, in an earthly experience, get to see the conclusion of the Justice for Kenneka Jenkins movement. And I want y'all to understand that that is her mother. She deserves every bit of clothing that she's qualified and asking for, but this became a national pain, and everybody deserves answers, especially because guess what? We've all invested something. You like me or not, the truth is the truth, and it is what it is. Here is the response, and it's cool.
CEO of...
I had to do the matrix on that motherfucker, and I let that hit my heart.
Nigga didn't know what the fuck was going on.
With all due respect, no. All right.
Damn.
You the mama, and that's why I wrote on my status. You just went on
She said no, she said fuck no, hell no.
But thank you for allowing me to see it ain't no infection in it, Teresa, because I ain't even mad at you. I ain't mad at you. It's cool. You are entitled to your opinion and do what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you something with my chest. All of the people who conspired against me to get me moved, when I moved, they couldn't even motivate it to last a month later. They couldn't get the people reignited when you was giving them permission to move forward because they were not anointed for this. Ain't nobody get locked up. I ain't been in no jail. What is y'all talking about? And so we literally had a beautiful movement that inspired the world. To this day, I don't do direct trauma advocacy. And I got all these people from this young lady, Ramika, asking me to get involved. I'm apprehensive. Thank you, Teresa Martin. Because if y'all paid attention for all of the liars, oh, he just avalanche chasing, looking for clout and looking for this. Look at how many families in Chicago have been asking people to help them with missing kids. People been shot. People been going through all kinds of domestic violence issues, all kinds of shit. Who don't you see? Jedediah, because I don't got time for it. I will never invest my life like that again, only to end up with what I've ended up. Teresa, you did that. You did that, mama. And so, for the people who thought that that's what I needed to survive, then ask yourself the question, have I been surviving? Because I ain't been doing it. Oh, okay, we'll move forward. Niggas gonna be niggas regardless. So, the crazy part was, I got it. Damn, Teresa, you said no. It is what it is. But then what she do? She doubled down on it. No, Jedediah, no. Look, Jesus help me. I said, all right now. Now, Teresa, I ain't done. Like the Lord ain't done with me yet either now. Now, I heard you the first time. Good. You said no. That's cool. So after the second one, I went on ahead and responded. All right, Teresa. Of course. Yes, Jesus help. God bless. I'll never offer again. Even though you've seen me after and said very different words. The truth is a gift of liberation only to those who will tell it. All right. So, you got to be careful, right? Because she is the mother. Anybody that says she is not grieving, you're wrong for saying that. Because I'll tell you this. You never get over grieving your children.
That's a fact.
It never changes. If you ever love a child close like that, you'll never get over the grief. She grieving. But here is the thing. And I'm saying this out of my heart. You're not going to be able to find rest in no money when your soul is wicked. Okay. You're not going to be able to lay down and have the peace and you not going to get the prayer answered while you sit up there destroying prayers. You can't get prayers answered and destroy prayers at the same time. That's what the Bible says. You reap what you sow. There's a seed time, there's a harvest time. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
But like I said, how much did this nigga get paid? Did he get paid anything when this happened? No, I guess that's bad. I'm just saying.
But if
He
you're
got paid
willing to
3.5.
call somebody to suffer on the other end of trying to find relief, pay me back. You're going to have all the money in the world, but you ain't never going to find no peace. And I'll tell you this, my conscience and my soul is clear, and all of the attacks, the labels, and the lies, ain't none of them work, because I'm still standing. Now I'm going to move forward with it, because how did we get to the point where now Jedediah got to get online and speak to Teresa Martin? I was good with it at that. So then here you go with this demon of a person, Melissa Crawley. This woman is mad because I'm exposing the liar in her city and the lies of her city that have caused them to be in a perpetual state of poverty, Harvey, Illinois. This is why this demon is here. If y'all want to know, because this is
Chicago just using everybody at this point. It don't matter, you a baby, bitch.
Like that, just to do it. I don't do this shit for entertainment or shock value, but I heard I'm quite entertaining.
All your people come up missing and disappearing and going 60 under shit.
Right here. That's her.
Be mad.
This the demon. Right there. You see my face? Do you see the demon? We see the difference? Do you see my face? Do you see the demon? So there's a whole video. This woman has done all kinds of things. Just a fool. The foolest of the fools. Ain't moving nothing. She gonna be stuck where she at for the rest of her life. So this is what happens. She writes on that post, because they follow me everywhere I go, trying to put out a narrative and a spin. If y'all want to know why does this keep happening, okay, before I even say that, y'all want to know why does this keep happening? Why are you always into stuff? Why is things always going on? Because I still haven't given up on y'all. And I'm still trying to do what I was purposed to do. And that is to live my life in a thankless service and take all of the abuse that God would allow me to take so that I would do what he called me to do. You don't stand up for injustices with people who don't need you to stand up for them. Guess what? Hurt people hurt people. So if y'all hurt before I get there, I have come to learn you ain't gonna do nothing but be able to hurt me. I'm not looking for y'all to get me to where I need to go. God's been doing that. Got it. So now let's go back to it. So she writes on the post, I ain't gave up on y'all yet. I ain't done it yet. So you wasn't wrong, and we see the snakes who gathered around you and are now trying to rewrite history. Now here's where our part come in. Specifically, Jedediah Brown, the snake grifter in chief, has been continuously using tragedies in our communities to enrich himself. I love you and will always keep you in my prayers. Now that is where the problem is. No lies detected. Now, Teresa Martin, that is when this changed. That moment right there.
She put you on Front Street, black.
Did you just say on that woman's post, as a response on your post, no lies detected? Now, I'm going to give you the be a grieving mother. But this is what I'm not going to give you. You are not, because now people are in my inbox saying all manner of shit to me. And you not getting a second round on my name, on my credibility, on my life, on my work. You're not going to hurt me no more, and I curse the day that I ever allowed you to think that I could respect you and see you as a mother figure. And I'm going to now say some stuff that I did say, but I ain't going to say it all. And this is what I want the public to understand, because I've carried this. There's never been any proof of the accusation of me taking any bribe or any money from a hotel. But I want to tell you now that I've learned how to investigate, that there was a payout from the hotel. And if the facts show that it wasn't Jedediah, then I need y'all to ask yourself one specific question. Then who got the payout? And I am not talking about by means of a settlement. But when you run your fucking mouth and you keep on playing games, eventually God will allow for you to have a table prepared before you in the presence of your enemy. And I ain't never said nothing that I'm not ready to prove. So what I'm going to say now to you, Miss Martin, because I'm assuming and I'm pretty sure you know a little bit about what I'm talking about.
Because he got paid more money after the settlement?
I dare you, like Melissa, like Vivian, I want you to get up there and say you don't know what I'm talking about. Because I now understand why it was so important to get rid of the people that was actually, what can a person be doing if you see them all day, every day, fighting on the front line and telling you everything? Oh, I gave you a pass when you lied to me in my face when I was sitting in the car right next to you. When you told me that the church was not giving you the space. They were giving you the space. But when I went online and blew it up, your lie was about to be uncovered, but we went on here and kept it quiet so that you can get the space you wanted. You got it. Now, what I'm going to say to you, that there's a lot of lies detected, but it ain't mine. And this is what I'm going to tell you. You can stop playing the damn game at this point. Whoa. You get the grieving mother points, but you're not going to play with my name. Nobody gets permission to do that. And what I mean by that, Teresa Martin, is ain't nobody made you sit in the room for no hours making you have to sign no document to give over the fight for your goddamn child. Let me calm myself down. Y'all give me a couple seconds. God gotta help me. Because I feel like I'm putting too much outside.
Nigga said you wasn't in that bitch for no hours trying to fight to sign the papers.
Really cool. Give me a second.
How long was she in that bitch to sign the papers then?
When you want the reason why
30 seconds?
All right.
A minute? Damn.
2,000 years later. I said, whatever happens.
Damn.
We doing this together for Kenneka.
She heard that $10 million. She said,
I'm okay.
Damn.
That's how
what
much
the
I believe
fuck?
in this corny ass shit. We was about to move the mountain. And as we began to walk, Teresa said out of her mouth to me, because I will never forget her words, peoples are going to get hurt.
That's a fact. People already died.
I know what happened with my baby. And if I let you do this, they going to be mad at me. And I looked at her and
anyway,
I said,
just like Ryan, nigga, that sports analyst.
To your baby? Why didn't you tell me? I said, Teresa, stay back, fall back. And she had people who were standing with her, and I went up to that line, and that video clip that I just showed you was the moment I started cussing out the police. But my mind was still trying to process what the woman just said. So I'm cussing them out, but I wasn't going to now try to fight the line because she said turn around. But I'm like, this is what we needed. This the moment, and they cannot do nothing to us because this is under the Constitution. We can walk down here, and we got the manpower. I went back to Teresa Martin, going down memory lane, and I said to her, I said, Teresa, who is the they gonna be mad at you? And why do you care? We want them mad. And she looked at me, and it was a look in her face like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta stop you.
Damn.
And I looked at her, and I was like, it's okay, don't be afraid.
Is he talking the secret organization?
She was like, we just need to go back. We just need to go back. I want peace. I want peace. And she began to say, but God, but God, but God. I just want peace. I just want peace. And I said, Teresa, who are they?
Damn.
Why do you care? And we may never get this.
If she say something, they gonna try to take her ass out.
We're about to crack this city's wall.
Damn.
That's what I said. She said, we just need to go back. If I would have known what I know now, I would have walked Teresa Martin ass to that line of cops. I would have stood next to her, and I would have told everybody in the public, Teresa Martin is looking for a way out.
Damn.
She has already made her
money on talk, bullshit walk, huh?
That's what I would have did if I would have known, but I didn't know. So we went back, we finished protesting, we escorted her to her car. Not too much later, she would be online calling off the protest.
Damn.
New here at 6, the family of a young woman who was found dead inside a hotel freezer 6 years ago will receive a $6 million wrongful death settlement. The deal was reached in August, but the terms were not made public until today. Security video showed 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins as she appears to stumble around the Crown Plaza Hotel in September of 2017 after attending a party there. She's seen wandering toward a walk-in freezer, but her body was not found until the following day. Jenkins' mother sued for negligence, claiming if the hotel had monitored the cameras, they could have saved her daughter.
Promo alert, promo alert, promo alert.
Shout out to Crime Lab reports the frozen truth. How did Kenneka Jenkins die inside of Chicago? Hey man, her mama going crazy right now.
Oh baby, look how they fuck my body up. No, okay, put your clothes on and go home. Just put that down, just my blood. We don't like that.
Damn, she butt booty naked.
Justice for Kenneka, but yes, baby, this is not how you get it.
That's what the motherfucking
I bleed the blood on you.
Can I see my daughter?
Damn.
How she died, how she laid in the freezer. As I wanted to see her. He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude.
Lil Nas X was doing that goofy shit.
No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her.
Okay, no, don't get mad, but I'm just proving myself that I'm not crazy. All my life, I said I was going to be rich. I spoken into existence. And I'm not saying this because of that, because I knew it was either I was going to get rich, saving my peoples, so I could help my peoples. Y'all didn't know. When y'all gave me that money, I deposited my money in the bank. I paid off other folks' bills, and I rent an apartment. But I sent $50. Some people got mad at me. I sent the $500 one time. Then they gonna call me back like I'm a clucker.
September 2017. A 19-year-old woman walks into a hotel for party and never walks out alive. Her body is discovered nearly 24 hours later inside a walk-in freezer. And the official story says accident, but her mother, Teresa Martin, refuses to stay silent. In November 2025, 8 years after burying her daughter, she breaks a legal silence imposed by a $10 million settlement and posts on Facebook. To whom this may concern, I still don't know what happened to my child's life, clothes, shoes, cell phone, hair, and the list goes on. However, I have been promised lies, as if once this case is over, I was forced to never talk about my child again. That message, raw and desperate, reignited questions about a case that law enforcement closed as an accident, but that a grieving mother insists was something far more sinister. If you're already hooked and you want to dive deeper into stories like this that demand justice, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Crime Lab Report and smash that bell icon hard, because missing out means these cases stay in the shadows longer than they should, and we can't let that happen. Kenneka Jenkins was born and raised on the south side of Chicago, a young black woman with her whole life ahead of her. She lived with her mother, Teresa Martin, and was described by family as fun-loving, social, and full of energy.
When the only time you can get your daughter to come get in the bed with you, when you got food, that's it. That's the only time. Look at it, y'all. Preload. Only time you get your Kenneka. Kenneka. Look at her. Look at her. Let them see your plate. Come on, our mom. Other than that, she over here nothing. Come, Kenneka. Let the baby sing.
Damn, they were close as hell.
Immigrants are
Sing.
She had dreams like any teenager, turning into an adult, navigating friendships, work, and figuring out her place in the world. Chicago's South Side, where Kenneka grew up, is a tight-knit community, but also one that has seen its share of tragedy and violence, making families fiercely protective of their own. Kenneka was close with her mother, and that bond would become critical as events unfolded that would shatter their world. On the night of September 8th, 2017, Kenneka made plans to attend a party at the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, a suburb just outside the city. The hotel, a large, multi-story establishment near the airport, was hosting what was supposed to be a typical party in a rented room on the 9th floor. Kenneka went with friends, excited for a night out. She arrived at the hotel around 1:13 in the morning on September 9th. The party was crowded, loud, filled with young people looking to have a good time. But within hours, that night would take a turn no one could have predicted. Around 1:30 to 2 in the morning, friends at the party noticed Kenneka sitting on the floor in a hotel room, looking disoriented and out of sorts. She wasn't acting like herself. Some said she seemed drunk. Others thought she looked confused or upset. The details are murky because everyone at that party had been drinking and memories get fuzzy, but what's clear is that Kenneka was not in a good state. By approximately 3:20 in the morning, her friends realized she was gone. They searched the hotel room, checked the hallways, called her phone. Nothing. Panic started to set in. Where did she go? How could she just disappear in a hotel full of people? At around 4 in the morning, Kenneka's friends made the call that would change everything. They contacted her mother, Teresa Martin,
She a little baddie
to
though,
tell her
man.
that
She
Kenneka was
like,
missing.
damn, bro.
Imagine getting that call in the middle of the night. Your daughter went to party,
Unless it was some goofy
and now
shit,
no one
like
can find her. What would you do next?
secretive
Teresa
shit,
Martin
man.
didn't
Like,
waste a second. She
it's
arrived
just
at the
stuff like
Crown
that.
Plaza Hotel around 5 in the morning, frantic, demanding answers.
It just
She
don't
went
make
straight to the
sense.
front desk, told them her daughter was missing somewhere in this building, and asked them to
Like it
review the
was
security
planned, low
footage
key, you know?
immediately. You'd think that would be standard procedure, right? A teenager missing in your hotel. You check the cameras, you search the premises, you call the police. But that's not what happened. Hotel staff were slow to respond, dismissive even, and Teresa
She had
felt
a
like she was
drug
hitting a
overdose,
brick wall.
bitch.
She kept pushing, kept asking, but hours dragged by with no real action. Can you imagine standing there, knowing your child is somewhere in that building, possibly hurt, possibly in danger, and no one is moving fast enough to help you find her? It wasn't until 1:15 in the afternoon on September 9th, over 12 hours after Kenneka went missing, that police were finally called to the hotel. 12 hours. Let that sink in for a moment. By the time law enforcement arrived and started taking the situation seriously, Kenneka had been missing for nearly half a day. Officers began reviewing surveillance footage, and what they found was chilling. The video showed Kenneka walking alone to the hotel hallways in the early morning hours, visibly unsteady on her feet. She was stumbling, using the walls for support, clearly disoriented. She was wearing jeans and a jean jacket, the same clothes she'd worn to the party. The footage captured her wandering through different areas of the hotel, seeming lost, confused, like she didn't know where she was going or how to get back. Watching that video, you can't help but think, where was the hotel staff? Where were the cameras that should have caught someone checking on this young woman, who was obviously not okay? The search continued through the day and into the night. Police, hotel staff, and Kenneka's family combed through the building floor by floor. And then, around 12:30 in the morning on September 10th, nearly 24 hours after Kenneka was last seen by her friends, her body was found. She was inside a walk-in freezer in a kitchen area of the hotel, a place guests should never have been able to access. The
And how does she even know about it? You know?
Like a freight train. Her daughter, the girl she'd been searching for desperately, was dead, frozen in a commercial kitchen freezer. The initial reaction from law enforcement was that this appeared to be a tragic accident. Kenneka had somehow wandered into the freezer in her intoxicated state and couldn't get out. But Teresa wasn't buying it. She demanded to see where her daughter had been found, to understand how this could have happened. At first, police denied her request, citing policy and procedure. They told her she couldn't view the scene. But Teresa pushed back hard. She went live on Facebook, documenting everything, making it clear she was conscious, coherent, and demanding answers.
So that's a good question. I really wouldn't.
So you don't know who? You're not for sure.
I'm not for sure.
Right. But you actually, they brought you to see Kenneka while she was in the freezer.
After being denied at first, because I asked them, and I went online on Facebook because I needed help. I was looking for help, and I started timing myself basically to let them know, just in case if something like this come up.
Maybe they knew what type of blood she had, the organs.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
and
like
so
out
this
of my mind
motherfucker
or
needed
whatever.
them organs.
And I stated because I had made a post
and she was
on
alive.
Facebook
They knew that
before
at that time they could get them
when I
organs.
was in the search of Kenneka, that I needed help. You know, if somebody see my daughter, to
you know them organs shit more valuable than that money on. Especially if they can't find the right organ. You see how many rich people be trying to get them organ harvesting and shit?
Asked them, how was she laying? The
Some rich motherfucker probably needed a heart or something. And she the one with the white heart.
She was laying on her side. And I said, was she laying, how was her legs? Was they curved, like in a fetal position? Yes. He said, no, they were straight. I said, okay. Next question. Can I see my daughter? How she died? You know, how she laid in the freezer? As you know, I wanted to see her. He said, the detective stated yes. An hour or two went past, give or take. The sergeant come in with a very rude attitude. No, you cannot see her. It's against our procedures, our policy. You can't see her. So I asked him, with the card that the leading detective gave me, is it possible that he can write his name on the back of the card? He stated yes. After he stated yes, I said, and as well as your badge number. And I hear him whisper to the detective, badge number. So then he said, as everybody getting ready to round up to go, he said, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna speak with the coroners and see what they can do. So here we go, hours later. 5 hours, maybe a little bit more, but rounding it off, 5 hours later, they come to me and states, only I could come see her. Me, I'm allowed, and I could bring one more other person with me. That's when they allowed me. They walked us back there. They said, wait, this is a crime scene. You are not allowed to take any photos. You can't touch, and don't touch anything. And they watched us as if we was there. You know, like we was involved in it. It seemed like the crime scene was on us, not what went on with my daughter.
Right.
This book goes all the way back to
what went on with my daughter.
Right. So you see your daughter in the freezer. Now, to bring up to date...
No, I'm sorry. No, at this time, they had removed her from the freezer. I asked them. Yes, they removed her from the freezer. When they removed her from the freezer, by the time we came 5 hours plus later, more later, rounding it off, Kenneka was laying on a stretcher in a white body bag already.
So you never saw her?
I never saw her. I never saw her. They stated as well that there was no signs of foul play.
Right.
Like it was just a normal look. You know.
That's what they
no signs of sexual harassment and anything.
Right. So do you believe differently?
From seeing the pictures, Yes, I believe different.
Because the pictures came out. Before that, though, the video came out. So when we saw the video of her trying to find her way throughout the hotel, what did you think about the videos?
That she was wandering in the hotel, she needed help. And, you know, she had a hotel, a 5-star hotel.
Right.
I know it was surveillance. Just like
So
on
none
each
of the
floor,
kids who was with her
they
still
might not have
around?
cameras all through the hotel, but entering and exiting the elevator, there are cameras.
But it is her on the camera because, like I said, so many conspiracy theories. Some people said that's not even her on the video. You do believe it was your daughter on the video?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe they're saying that one part of the video when she's walking towards the refrigerator?
Justice for Kenneka
that's her
Jenkins.
last time being
Because something
shown
behind this shit
on
just not adding
videotape.
up,
Do you
bro.
believe she could have just
Ain't no damn way
walked
she
in
just went to the
there
fucking freezer and
got
said,
locked
huh,
into the freezer,
let me sit my
and
ass
what
right
they're
here and
saying
just
to
let...
be true, she got
No!
locked into
It
the
makes no
freezer
sense how she even
and she
know a
died
fucking
because
freezer in the back. Why would she go to the back?
coldness.
If it wasn't somebody who was fucking with her.
Well, see, we wouldn't even be sitting here today to guess it. It was the camera. As we went in there, if you could look at the video, me and my daughter, which is some of the parts what we did, as we went in there, I'm looking at my daughter, you know, and I looked in her face. She had a disgusted look on her face. That's an angry look, like, or somebody agitating her.
Yeah.
This type of look. So I'm looking, and then I asked her, I said, can I see the freezer? Because I work in the cafeteria. So
Man, I'm telling you, this shit was not, it's not normal, man.
You know, because of our freezers, and not only that, me working within the
Whoever told me to close that bitch, they was working with the motherfuckers to get these niggas arbor harvester and take her blood, nigga.
Every freezer has a release button
All right,
or
gang.
some type of handle where you can't
You
only
three.
get locked
All
in this
right.
freezer unless
Yeah, they
you
arbor
get
harvest
locked
that girl,
on the
man.
outside. You know, you get
They
locked
killing us
in
black people,
from
man.
the outside.
Which would have taken, obviously, somebody else to do purposely.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Yes. There's no way she can lock herself in by
Ain't no
herself.
damn way she locking herself inside the freezer and getting killed like
And
that.
I see the freezer.
Like, that makes no sense.
Then the leading detective stated to me, she just walked in the freezer.
It makes no sense. Somebody must have told her, hey, come to the back, and I'm going to droop the roof. I'll help you out or some shit. It makes no sense.
He never mentioned it was a double freezer.
Shit weird.
Walked in the freezer, closed the door behind herself.
That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. This city, man, they probably knew her, man. And it's like, they knew what type of blood she had and organs, and they was waiting around on day to fuck with her.
Exactly.
Did you go into
They
the
looking for their
actual
best
freezer
moment.
that your daughter was in? Did you like try to see what your like the theory, how you get out of it if you're in that particular freezer?
Okay, well, I'll tell you like this. We wasn't able to actually go inside their freezer, but they had both of the doors open. I asked them when I first went back there, so you're saying it's a double freezer? He said yes, but on our way back there,
how did it even get locked though?
I'm looking for cameras.
Freezers don't get locked that easily. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in freezers.
With no camera around, you know.
They give you a safety latch and everything.
Except when we go by the freezer, that's like blocked up, which it was a camera above that freezer. And
yeah, so where the camera footage at?
I'm sorry, please forgive me. When I go back to the freezer, they had both of the doors open, and I'm like, here go a glow in the dark plastic release button, big white glow in the dark. I said, so is this a release button? He said,
it's almost impossible.
Yes.
Unless they lock that bitch from the outside.
Just standing back there with us as well. As I said, we're being watched as if we're the
they set that bitch up.
We did this to my daughter.
She asked the detective's badge number, and suddenly attitudes changed. After making her wait another 5 hours, they finally agreed to let her see the area where Kenneka had been found. Thing about that, your child is dead in a freezer, and they make you wait 5 more hours just to see the location. How would you hold it together? When Teresa finally got back to
the tell me it's not no blood over.
Kenneka had already been removed from the freezer.
You won't let me go to the back of the freezer?
On a stretcher, sealed in a white body bag.
That's
Teresa
insane.
Never got to see her daughter as she was found.
Insane.
But what she did see raised more questions and answers. The freezer had double doors, and both were standing open when she arrived. Inside each door was a large, white, glow-in-the-dark release button.
That's what we saying. Ain't no damn way you drunk or not drunk.
She knew exactly what those buttons were for. Every commercial freezer in the country is required by law to have an internal release mechanism so that if someone gets trapped inside, they can push the button and get out. It's a basic safety feature designed to prevent exactly this kind of tragedy. So here's the question that haunts this case. If those release buttons were there, clearly visible, glow in the dark, how did Kenneka Jenkins freeze to death?
I think she was getting coaxed to go to the back by some random dude who knew the apartments.
Kenneka walked into the freezer,
he knew the apartments
behind her,
and he must have worked with a secret organization or some shit. And Chicago must need her organs or some shit.
Either the detective didn't understand how the freezer worked, or something else was going on. Teresa pointed to buttons and asked if they were release mechanisms. The detective confirmed yes, they were. So which is it? Was Kenneka too intoxicated to push a button? Did she pass out immediately upon entering?
Ain't no damn way, cause I mean it can't be cause like that cold hitting that. Cause she look like she about to be having an overdose. You know what I'm saying? Like low key.
Because this is where things get even more complicated. The Cook County Medical Examiner performed an autopsy and ruled Kenneka's death an accident. The cause of death was hypothermia, with contributing factors being alcohol intoxication and a drug called topiramate in her system. Topiramate is a medication used to treat epilepsy and migraines, and when combined with alcohol,
so that means she went to the doctor a lot then to get that type of drug.
Kenneka's blood alcohol level was 0.112, which is above the legal driving limit. The official theory was that she wandered into the kitchen area in her intoxicated state, somehow accessed a freezer.
She was looking for somebody, bruh.
And the door closed behind her, unable to escape due to her level of impairment. She succumbed to hypothermia. Case closed, accident. Tragic, but not criminal.
Man,
but does that explanation actually hold up when you look at the details? Let's walk through what bothers people about this case. First, the surveillance footage shows Kenneka walking through hallways, but there's no footage of her actually entering the freezer. The kitchen area where she was found had cameras everywhere. Teresa pointed them out as she walked through. But conveniently,
there's no cameras right beside
right
the
around
freezer.
The freezer had no clear camera coverage, or the footage was never released. That a massive gap in the timeline. Second, how did Kenneka access a kitchen area that should have been secured?
Yeah.
This wasn't a public space. It was a restricted area where only staff should have been. Third, and this is the big one, the freezer had safety release buttons inside.
Big ass
even
safety
if
release
Kenneka
buttons.
was heavily intoxicated. Those buttons
man, everything we stupid, nigga. We not stupid.
You push them and the door opens from the inside. So why didn't she push
calling
them?
this shit the fuck out, y'all?
She passed out
weird shit, bro.
Even try. She was so disoriented she didn't understand where she was or what was happening. Some experts mentioned
something called what the fuck they do with them organs.
Undressing, a phenomenon where people experiencing severe
and her blood and melanin. They ain't finna get to that point. 12 be know what the fuck going on. They part of the shit, nigga.
Pulled up, exposing her chest, which some say could be evidence of paradoxical undressing. But Teresa doesn't accept any of these explanations. She believes someone else was involved.
Yeah.
That her daughter didn't just wander into that freezer alone. She points to the fact that Kenneka's cell phone was never returned to the family, that her belongings went missing, that the hotel took 12 hours to even start looking for her. What if a faster response could have saved her life? The family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Crown Plaza Hotel, the security company, and others involved. New lawsuit alleged negligence on multiple fronts, failing to secure the kitchen area, allowing an unauthorized party to happen, not responding quickly enough when Kenneka was reported missing, and not thoroughly reviewing security footage in a timely manner. In December 2023, 6 years after Kenneka's death, the case was settled for $10 million. Court documents indicated that defendants were found negligent in several areas, though they never admitted criminal wrongdoing. $10 million sounds like justice, but for Teresa Martin, it felt like anything but. That brings us to November 2025.
$10 million ain't worth the fucking kid in the soul that they lost. The fuck you talking about,
bitch? We started with. She claimed she was tricked into accepting the settlement, that she was told she could never talk about her daughter again, and that she was pressured during negotiations while battling cancer. She says she still doesn't have answers about what happened to Kenneka's clothes, her phone, her belongings. She feels like the truth was buried along with her daughter. And then, just weeks after that post, something deeply troubling happened. A video
that's what I be trying to tell y'all niggas, man. You be thinking that you be like not known. A lot of people probably know these people, but secretive.
It was heartbreaking to watch. A mother so consumed by grief and unanswered questions as she
I'm not talking about like the regular people in the hood.
This case hasn't just taken Kenneka's life. It's slowly destroying her mother too. So where does that leave us? Officially, this case is closed.
Couldn't have been famous.
Kenneka Jenkins died of hypothermia, an accidental tragedy fueled by alcohol and medication. But unofficially, in the hearts of her family and in the minds of thousands who followed this case online, it remains unsolved. There are too many gaps, too many unanswered questions, too much that doesn't add up. How does a teenager end up dead in a freezer that had safety mechanisms designed to prevent exactly that? Why was there no camera footage of the most critical moments? Why did the hotel wait so long?
It makes no fucking sense.
And what happened to her personal belongings?
They took that shit.
Here's what I want you to think about. What drives a person to keep fighting for answers, even when the legal system says the case is closed? How would you cope if this happened to someone you love, and you felt like
they set her up, man?
And at what point does grief transform from something internal into something that breaks you publicly? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation matters. If this case moves you, if you think Teresa Martin deserves real answers,
she do.
Share this video right now. Make sure you're subscribed to Crime Lab Report so you don't miss when we uncover more cases that demand justice. Hit that bell so you're notified the second we post. Check out our other videos where we dive even deeper into cases the system tried to forget. Keep the conversation going. Keep demanding accountability. Because that's how we make sure stories like Kenneka Jenkins are never forgotten.
Alright, back. So her mom has spoken up, man. And her lawyer spoken up. I guess they beefing. Which makes sense because, you know, they both went through a crazy traumatic trial that really didn't have they got the money out, but at the end of the day her daughter's still dead. And I wish they would have knew what they did to organs. You know what I'm saying? Her melanin and all that shit, man. People don't understand, man, that they got records of all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You think that you just a normal person and nobody gonna know me or fuck with me just cause, nope. They got all the info on you. They know everything about you. They got, literally everything. They know what you about to do. They probably got your phone tapped. Instead, they can use your organs or do whatever they want to do with your body. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because, like, so nobody knew nothing about it. Nobody knew nothing. Absolutely nothing. I feel like somebody coaxed her ass to go back to the back. Because why the fuck would she go to the back? Just cause. That's not her. If they was going to a party, they ain't never went to nowhere else before. It is a lot of weird questions that have not been answered. And we gonna look into that shit because it might be something behind the city, to be honest. And it's just like a lot of secretive people, a lot of secretive teams. Like, that's just weird, bro. But like I said, man, the mama coming out, she running around the streets naked and stuff. I just don't know what's going on, bro. And I wish we knew what was going on, but a lot of things they ain't gonna give out. They probably got it, but they ain't gonna give it out, you know. But we keep on picking at it because they gonna get some more shit out of it. Hood, Northside, big crippin' gang, Northside shit. Justice for Kenneka Jenkins, man.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.